To review what we've covered so far, we've established that a quarter note gets one beat. When you split that quarter note in half, you get 2 eighth notes. But what if you take one of those eighth notes and you split that in half? Well, that would give you 2 16th notes, which means that there are 2 16th notes in an eighth note and 4 16th notes in a quarter note. 16th notes look just like eighth notes, except that they have 2 bars coming off of their stems. This is the same for single 16th notes. If there's nothing to connect to, those 2 bars will just hang off the stem. To count 16th notes out loud, we need to add a syllable in between the number and the and then again in between the and the next number. Those syllables are e and So counting 16th notes goes like this. 1 e and 2 e and 3 e and 4 e and Just like the last sheets, I have the counts written in and lined up perfectly with what you'll be playing. The counts that are in parentheses are the counts that you will not play on. You will still say them though. People usually take a look at this sheet and go, oh man, this is going to be hard, just because there are more bars on the music. But the coordination between this sheet and all of the beats we just played in the last video are exactly the same. You either play with a hi-hat or in between a hi-hat. Those are the only 2 options. All that we've changed is the type of notes we're playing and our counting. So, looking at line 1, the hi-hat is playing an eighth note pulse and the snare drum is on counts 2 and 4. The bass drum is the thing to focus on here. It will be on 1 and the of 1, 3 and the of 3, and the and of 4. It's those bass drums on the uhs that you want to focus on, because they're going to play in between your hi-hats. Once you have that down and you start playing through it, you'll notice that the first half of the beat is the exact same thing as the second half of the beat rhythmically. Beat 1 is an eighth note followed by 2 16th notes, and beat 2 is made up of 2 eighth notes. Beat 3 is again an eighth note followed by 2 16th notes, and beat 4 is again made up of 2 eighth notes. Beats 1 and 3 are literally the same thing, and the only difference between beats 2 and 4 is that there is a bass drum with the hi-hat on the end of 4. Let's hear it played slowly. 3 e and 4 e and 1 e And now a little faster. Like line 1, the first half of line 2 is rhythmically identical to its second half. The only difference is that there is a bass drum with the hi-hat on beat 1, but no bass drum with the hi-hat on beat 3. Beats 2 and 4 are exactly the same, with a bass drum on the E's, which means that they will be dropped in after each snare drum in between the hi-hat hits. Slowly, it will sound like this. Line 3 continues to have an eighth note pulse on the hi-hat, and 3 of the 4 bass drums are played with hi-hats. The only one you need to watch out for is the bass drum on the of 2. Not only does it drop in between hi-hat hits, but it leads right into another bass drum hit on count 3. Up to this point, we haven't played consecutive bass drums this close together. As long as you are lining everything up with your counting though, and starting out slow enough, you should be fine. it sounds like this. As you speed it up, it sounds like this. Line 4 should seem familiar because the first 3 beats are exactly the same as what you just played in line 3, and the last beat is exactly what you played on beat 4 of line 2. So we're really just putting parts of lines 2 and 3 together. It goes like this. Faster, it sounds like this. Okay, this is where people start to really enjoy themselves. Line 5 introduces snare hits in places other than just on beats 2 and 4. Specifically, we'll be adding them on the of 2 and the E of 3. Combined with the 8th note pulse we're playing on the hi-hat, our hands literally just alternate to play that. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E, right, left, 4 E and a. Our bass drum plays on beat 1 and the of 1, just like it did on line 1, and we also have a bass drum on the and of 3, which acts as the ending to our alternating hands. 1 E and a, 2 E, right, left, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E, right, left, stop, 4 E and a. Line 5 is going to sound like this. Speeding it up a little bit sounds like this. Line 6 continues the fun we had with 5, but ups everything just a little bit. The first 3 beats are the same as what you played in line 5, except that there is another snare added on the E of 1. Beat 4 is where things change. We start out with a snare and hi-hat on count 4 and a bass drum on the E. Then we have a snare drum played with our right hand, followed by a snare drum played with our left hand. If you've been playing your hi-hat with your left hand, switch the sticking to left-right. The reason we want the hand that's been playing the hi-hat to play the first snare drum is because our hi-hat has been playing an 8th note pulse for all of these beats. It never speeds up or slows down. It stays consistent and allows us to build the rest of the beat around it. By playing the snare drum on the and of 4 with our hi-hat hand, we are continuing that eighth note pulse and not breaking up the flow that we've been feeling in that hand this whole time. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. It will also help us transition back into the beginning of the beat, because starting from the and of 4 and going through the and of 1, we are again playing alternating singles with our hands. Right, left, right, both, right, left, right, left, right, both, right, left, right, both, right, left, right, both, right, left. So line 6 sounds like this. Sped up, it will sound like this. So these are the beats I teach everyone in their first lesson, but I also like to give people some fills to practice. So I will see you in the next video where we will go over that.